FTV fam, how are we doing? In this video, we're going to look at 10 mistakes beginner first-time buyers make. Let's make sure that's not you. Let's go. Alex Kerr, qualified mortgage broker, and my passion is simplifying the mortgage process for first-time buyers. Let's get into the vid. Mistake number 1. This is a very common one. I can see you scrolling through Rightmove, looking at properties and arranging viewings before you've even checked out your mortgage affordability. Is that you? Well, that is mistake number 1, searching for properties before you have established your affordability. Just go onto a high street mortgage lender's affordability calculator like Barclays, Nationwide or NatWest and go through an affordability calculation. This will give you an idea of what you can borrow. You may need to research who has the best deals at the time, but understanding your property budget from the outset is key. Mistake number 2. Only viewing a property once. Property will always look better the first time because of the element of excitement. You will be leading forwards with your heart and not your head. Make sure to have a second viewing. It's okay to place an offer after your first viewing, as you may lose the property if you don't in some situations. However, always follow up with a second viewing. Make sure you lead with your head and not your heart in the second viewing, trying to pay as much attention to detail as you can to the property and ideally take someone else along who knows about the property. Mistake number 3, instructing a solicitor that is not on the panel of the mortgage lender you are using. This can be a costly mistake as you've already paid for searches, which is typically around £300. You will not be able to get this money refunded. The only option would be to transfer the searches to a new solicitor, which is time consuming. The solicitor will not always pick up a lender that is not on their panel, and it may only come apparent later on down the line, which will cost you valuable time during your process. If you want to ensure this does not happen, just jump on our website, mortgagechain.co.uk, and choose quote and solicitor quote. During the quote, be sure to choose the mortgage lender you are using. Then you will be presented with quotes from specialist solicitors for first-time buyers that will be on the panel of your chosen lender. You can also instruct your solicitor from our portal. Just follow the instructions. You will also receive the second search promise, meaning if your transaction falls through for any reason and you purchase another property within 6 months, your second set of searches will be paid for in full if you instruct the same solicitor for your next transaction. Full details are also on our website. Check it out. Mistake number 4, taking out credit or buying that new car on finance just before or during a mortgage application. If the mortgage lender picks up on this when your credit file updates, this will reduce the amount you can borrow and therefore your transaction could fall down. I would fully advise not to spend on credit cards and obtain any new form of credit before or during a mortgage application, as this will affect your affordability. Mistake number 5, not knowing if you will pass an agreement in principle before you start your search. This is really easy to do. You just need to obtain a multi-agency credit file from checkmyfile. Use them as they will provide your credit record of 4 agencies on one file, 3 of which the mortgage lenders may use to assess your data. Mortgage lenders could use any one of the 3 agencies: Equifax, Experian and Transunion. You need to make sure that there are no errors which would mean your mortgage agreement in principle is declined. Ignore the score, as a credit score is not what determines if you will pass a mortgage lender's credit check. Your credit conduct and address history is what will determine if a lender passes you on their credit check. So make sure you are on the voters roll across all 3 providers and that your addresses are correct and you do not have any mispayments or defaults that you are unaware of. Mispayments, defaults, county court judgments and missing address records is what will determine if you pass the credit score or not. I've put the link in the description below and in the corner of the screen now to download your checkmyfile credit report. It is really easy to read and it was made for first-time buyers. You can download your credit file for free for the first 30 days, cancel at any time. The cost is £14.99 per month thereafter. Mistake number 6, choosing the wrong mortgage lender. This is a very common mistake, and the majority of the time when a lender will not lend, it is usually to do with one of these three elements. 1, a property type. If you're buying a property other than a standard brick and tile house or purpose-built flat, then not all lenders are going to lend. For example, if you are buying a concrete construction property, there are only 1 or 2 lenders that will consider this. Make sure you check the lender's criteria on property types if the property you're buying is not a standard property. 2, employment and income. This is a very common area for lenders' criteria to differ. Some may require 12 months employment history, others may be okay with 1 day. Some lenders will not accept contractors. Most will not accept if you are in probation. If your employment or income is not straightforward, maybe you have had 2 jobs, maybe you are employed and self-employed, then just be sure to check the lender's criteria. Just give them a call or check their website criteria, it's all there. 3, missing out key expenses on the application. So when you apply for a mortgage, you will go through a budget planner. Make sure that you include anything that will reflect on your bank statements. Maybe you make maintenance payments or you pay for childcare. You might make contributions towards a pension. You may have a student loan. You may have a buy now, pay later. All of these expenses must be provided, otherwise it could reduce your loan amount later on. Be sure to be very thorough and think of everything. It's often a good idea to go through your bank statements and write your expenses down. Mistake number 7, choosing the wrong survey. So a mortgage lender will require a basic survey of the property you are purchasing. However, this is purely for their purposes and will not provide you with any information other than the value of the property. I would fully recommend considering a home buyer's report when buying a property. This is a survey which is much more in-depth and for your purpose. The valuer will do a thorough check both internally and externally, checking the structure, the chimney breasts. They will take specialist equipment inside to measure any moisture in the walls or floors for dampness. They will check any wood for rot or infestation. They will be providing a grade on the electrics, the heatings and the boiler. They will provide a grading system between 1 and 4, with 4 being poor condition and 1 being good condition. Anything that needs repair work, they will provide an estimate at the costs. This can save you thousands in the long run, as a basic survey will only ever pick up obvious major defects. Dampness in walls is a common problem, especially in older properties. It is the last thing you want, as this will turn to mould on the walls and is very difficult to get rid of. Be sure to check the walls in your viewing, and if you notice that a wall has been replastered or repainted recently, it could be a sign that they are trying to cover up a problem, and in this instance, a home buyer's report would be well worth it. If you are buying a Victorian property or a property that has had some major construction, then it would be advisable to go for a full structural report. I have provided some blank templates so you can have a look at what these different reports look like from the RICS website, which is the industry qualification for companies providing specialist surveys, and will be able to advise you accordingly. If you would like a free quote from a RICS qualified surveyor, just head to mortgagechain.co.uk, select quote, survey quote and surveys, which will provide you with the option to obtain either a home buyer's report or a full structural report from a RICS qualified surveyor. It is well worth considering. Mistake number 8, reserving properties before you have had a mortgage quote or checked affordability. This is a situation if you are looking at new builds. The developer will say you need to put down a reservation fee, normally around £500, which quite often could be non-refundable, or a proportion of the fee could be non-refundable in order to secure the property. If you then check your mortgage situation out after this, you may lose this fee or some of this fee, which could have been completely avoidable. So best to do these things in the correct order to avoid wasting time and money. Mistake number 9, not having the correct documents. This is a common one, and many first-time buyers apply for a mortgage only to find out during the process they do not have the correct documents, or they have documents that have either expired or have the wrong information. An example, you may have a bank statement which does not have your current address on it. Make sure you have the correct documents. You can download a free document checklist I created from the description below, so you can check you have all the correct documents before a mortgage application. Mistake number 10, not researching the area or location you are buying in. So sometimes it's a good idea to go back to the property in the evening. For example, what is the parking like after everyone returns from work? Where is the nearest supermarket or post office? It's easy to overlook the essentials that you need once you have moved into the property. Be sure not to neglect this area. The last thing you want is to move into the property only to find out parking is a nightmare, or the roads are jam-packed in the mornings, or you've got to drive an hour to get to Tesco's. Just think about all the essentials that you need today and make sure that this is replicated moving forwards. Today's question. I hope one of these mistakes will provide you with value that you will be able to take forwards in your home buying journey. If so, please let me know which one resonated with you the most. Mortgage warning. Please note we do need to let you know that your home may be repossessed if you do not keep up repayments on your mortgage. So thanks for watching today's video. I hope it's provided you with some useful tips. Please check out the show notes below for a recap with access to any links discussed today. Please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to receive notifications on our latest videos. I've been Alex Kerr, providing the best tools and tips to first-time buyers. See you in